Welcome to Generation 19, the podcast where we get to interview amazing people like my friend Lewis Harrell, who is here today. I am so excited to unpack his story and share with you what God has done through him, what he's doing in his life today. I think you are going to love it. Stay tuned. So, here's my friend,
Yes.
Lewis Harrell.
And my friend, Pastor Philip. Yes.
Right, here we are.
Yes, sir.
And I'm excited. I'm
Yeah, me
excited because I know that God has done amazing things in your life.
Yes, sir.
And what's really cool is that you decided to put together your story in a book, and it is now available, and we're going to talk about how to get that. But right now, what I'd like to start with is just, take us through some of the things that have set up where you are today. How did God find you? And, where were you when he came and got you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's as you'll read, which you can read or hear.
Yeah.
It's audio also. But Christ found me in a field, homeless, completely controlled by things other than him, and starving, dying, and he came and got me right then.
Right then.
And I'll lead up a little, and then we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But just was born into
Right.
darkness.
Yeah.
Right, and it's drugs, alcohol, violence, complete demonic control, and obviously at 10, I don't know that.
Right.
But my parents were on an already dark path, and then had a daughter that died at 5.5.
Your sister.
My sister died at 5.5. I was a year old.
Yeah.
But she died of dehydration.
Dehydration. So neglect in some way?
Yeah, it had to be. Right?
Yeah.
I know with that, for me, I can recall where, through some arguments you would hear something about that.
Yeah.
But then, they themselves had decided to commit suicide.
Your parents both together? Okay.
When she died.
I see.
So that also tells me they're,
Yeah.
right? So they had decided to commit suicide, and they were going to do it the night after the burial. And my father ended up deciding not to go through with it. My mother did. So she ended up getting caught. There ended up being 3 more times. They had people in the house and watching her, but she tried to commit suicide 3 times.
Okay.
Over the course of, I don't know, months or what have you.
Yeah.
And from pills to one time cutting her arm sideways and all the way up. It ended up clotting, even with cutting all the way up. But just from that, you're already down a path.
Yeah.
And you lose a daughter.
Yeah.
Dehydration.
Yeah.
Now you're in a place of suicide, and I can't imagine.
Right. Yeah.
Right? I have 4 children of my own.
No hope.
Right. No hope. Gone. And then developed an anger. And that anger was at God. For them.
For them. Right. Yeah.
And that anger at God then got acted out on each other and me.
Yeah.
And it became, a life of, I don't know what you call it, training.
Yeah.
Just everything that is against God
Yeah.
against this creator that is full of love and everything that took my daughter.
Right.
We are against.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Yep. Yep.
Right? There's no specific thing.
Right.
Oh,
right.
you mean witchcraft? No, I mean everything.
Yeah. So it was them blaming God for the loss of your sister, and then creating an environment of anger and really bitterness towards God, and this is what you're experiencing as you're growing up.
That's what I grew up in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And from that, obviously, alcohol, drugs,
Yeah. Anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Right.
There's not a movie you have seen
Right.
that is as bad.
Wow. Wow. That's very descriptive. Yeah.
It's the best way I can tell you. Because I'm not going to sit here and try to.
Right,
You
right.
don't need to see it.
No. Right. I got you. Yeah.
But I can say that to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Because we can all imagine those bad scenes in those bad movies.
Right.
That.
And that's the part of the testimony that and you'll even see in the book. We're not focused on that.
Right. Right.
What we're doing is there's a couple of things,
Yeah.
and focused on those just to be able to understand the reader, because that's what it's meant to do, is for the reader or the listener with the audio book to go, wow, wait a minute. I think this guy might understand what I'm going through.
Yeah. Right.
And
very
so
relatable.
very relatable.
Yeah.
Like I can a lot go.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I do. And I can stand here in front of you and tell you the answer.
Yeah.
Right? And it's Jesus.
Yes. Right. Of course.
It's the only thing.
Yeah.
Now, we'll march through it quickly, and we'll get back to
Yeah.
in the field. But so you go through childhood, learning nothing but violence, learning to fight. One of your first lessons in fighting around 5, please know they are learning how to be knocked out and then get up and keep fighting. Because that's fighting.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
To the death.
Yes.
Right? Learning how to be knocked out, learning how to be hurt,
Yes.
but continue to fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I learned young and all my life.
Yeah.
And to be cut, to experience pain so that you don't,
Right.
it doesn't bother you
Yes.
anymore.
Yeah.
So there's just a cut, right?
Right.
And through watching them with each other, just wow, right?
Yeah.
There was a game with them or what, I don't know, man. But my mother would have me sleep in the bed with her, and then he would come in to rape her, and I would have to try to fight him off.
Okay.
And so then he would beat me senseless, and while I'm laying on the ground, he would have sex with her.
Oh my.
So,
Wow.
right? So just things like that when you say,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
right? And it was every day. You learned you can't take your shoes off because of several reasons. At any moment,
Yeah.
you're fighting.
Yeah.
At any moment, you're sprinting, you're running. At any moment, you're stepping on something that's broken, glass or something that's
Yeah.
around the house.
Yeah.
And now this was a time when, even if the police were called, because many times they were, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
If no one at the house pressed charges, nobody went to jail.
Wow. So all of this violence, all of this craziness was going on, and there were many times when the police
knew
were
about it.
called.
Right here in this town.
Right. Yeah. Right here in Tyrone, Georgia. They were
Yep.
called, and they came.
Not picking on the police.
No.
No. Just saying these were the rules.
That they did their job, and unless somebody pressed charges, they didn't really get involved.
They didn't get involved. They couldn't. There was no legal way.
Right.
Nowadays, the state could press charges, right?
Right.
So, especially for domestic violence.
Yes, yes.
right? Because there is that fear
Yeah.
of potentially,
Yeah.
who called, they better not do anything. That's the whole problem.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right? So anyway, there was that. Just started drugs and alcohol young. Young.
Yeah.
Right? And, well, what drugs? All of them.
All of them.
Right? And so then things progress.
Yeah.
I am 15 years old. And one night, because I told him about 6 months earlier, we had gotten into a fight. I said, listen to me, you ever hit her or me again, I'm going to kill you.
In a minute.
In a minute.
Yeah.
You can only, a body can, I don't know. I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, about
The build up to get there was real.
was real. I mean, you're fighting for your life every day.
Every day.
And like this,
You're done.
you're done.
Cross that line one more time, and I'm going to remedy this situation.
Yeah. I can't live like this, or
Yeah.
whatever
Can't do
happens.
it. Yeah.
When you're in it, you're so dysfunctional.
Right.
You don't
right,
even
right. It's
know
this.
up or down or left or right, man.
Yeah.
So the then after that, some months later, I come in through the front door. He's beating on her, and I grabbed a knife and cut his throat and stabbed him 9 times. And
As a matter of trying to protect your mom. Yeah.
yeah,
You just
and
snapped.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so I then 15.
15 years old. Wow. Having to protect your mom from your dad.
I had no idea what 15 years old looked like until my own children turned 15.
Yeah. It was just a blur.
It was a blur. And it was kind of a moment for me, and I went, wow, that's young,
It's very young.
right?
It's very young.
But got in the car with my mother and drove to a friend's house who had a sink in the garage. Got out of the car, walked up. I mean, I'm
Covered.
covered in blood. And him and his dad were in the garage. And they said, oh my God, you did it, didn't you? I said, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And walked over to their sink, washed my hands.
Yeah.
As much as at this point, you're just.
Yeah.
And my mother's standing there screaming, hysterical, Lewis, get out of here, you got to go, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, no,
Yeah.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Wow. Wow.
And I got back in the car, drove back to the house, left her there. I said, you stay here.
Yeah.
You don't need to see what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Drove back to the house, drove up, got out of the car, and received my beating.
Yeah.
You know, which I'm not, please understand.
Right. Right.
I mean, this is
yeah.
real life,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And but he had been able to make it to a phone.
Yeah.
He was able to call the police, and they were there when I came back, and I was arrested.
Yeah.
He was put in a life flight helicopter and flown to the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was then taken to a YDC, a youth detention center, and told that in the morning I was going to be transferred to the maximum security adult, and I was going to be charged as an adult at 15.
Right. Yeah.
For
At
murder.
15. Wow. Wow.
And next morning, I get called. They take me out front, and they take my handcuffs off. And there is Chief Spencer from Tyrone, Georgia, standing in the lobby. And he said, come on, Lewis.
Huh.
At this point, I'd moved from Tyrone and was living in Peachtree City.
Okay.
I hadn't seen this man in years.
Wow.
He seemed to be the one always at my house.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And he said, come on, you're free to go.
Uh.
Come on, get in the car with me. And I got in the car, and he said, listen, last night, I mean, what, Jesus in this, right?
Right, yeah.
He said,
Somebody's working on your behalf.
Yeah. He said, last night, I heard, I don't know, radios, whatever was going on, and I heard it was you.
Yeah.
And so I immediately went to the police station and got the 2 file cabinets that I've been keeping of every time I've come to your house. They were two drawers.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 drawer ones?
Yeah, yeah.
He had 2 of them full.
Full of paperwork documenting all of the times that he had come to your house to try to,
for whatever reasons,
intervene, do something about the violence and craziness that was taking place.
He said, and I kept them all, and because I knew you guys had moved away, but I kept them somewhere close because I had told your parents if they didn't do something about this, you would.
Yes.
He said, I could see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
From a young boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
He said, and here we are. He said, now, I heard where they were meeting to discuss what to do with you. It was in Fayette County Courthouse over here. And he said, so I got those file cabinets. I went straight over there in the middle of the night and had them brought in there. He said, I walked into the room and I told every one of them, I said, listen, before any of you decide what to do with that young man, he said, I just reached in one of the file cabinets and threw a handful of files out on the table. He said, all I'm asking is before you make a decision, you read any one of these files on this table or in those file cabinets. Just pick one. They did. They let me go free.
They dropped the case.
Dropped the case. Self-defense.
Yes. Self-defense.
It was self-defense because it was.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
In fear for your life every day.
Right.
Right? And you know, I sometimes sit there, not sometimes, just my wife and I were talking one day and it just came to me, man, what'd they read in those files?
Right.
But, I mean, obviously I know, but obviously it's not something that I think about. It's not something Jesus has delivered me.
Yeah.
From,
well, the human
from
side of this, as you look at it, there was enough in those files to help them understand that it was self-protection, that it was a young boy, let's get it right, a young boy trying to fix a situation that had long since been out of control.
Yes, sir.
Extreme abuse. And I'll say this to you, Lewis, as a counselor, as somebody who's been a part of counseling situations and all the things that I've ever heard people and what they've had to go through, and having lived through a form of, you know, child abuse myself, it's in the top 5 cases that I've ever heard as far as the extreme things that you had to live through. And so I want to make that point because I really think that not only did God rescue you, but even the people in that room who were, you know, having to deliberate your situation.
That's right. They decided my fate.
Right there. Did. And the hand of God was in the mix of that. But here's these people with 2 file cabinets full of information about how you, your mom, have been subject to this extreme abuse. And then the day that you snapped, tried to fix the situation, you didn't run from it. You went right back to the house. They put you in jail, and you, out of your mouth, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not running.
I'm not running.
Yeah. And then this man who has been following you and your family and always coming, you know, when the police were called, says, this is what I did. And it's like, you know, God was advocating for you.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And has been.
Yeah.
All my life.
Yeah. So what happened after that?
Yeah, so then after that, about 3 to 6 months later, he gets out of hospital and she lets him move right back in the house.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So mom was very codependent.
Yes. And so now I'm going, what's going on?
Yeah.
And was told, you can't touch him. And he knows it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm 15.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
I know what I did.
Yeah.
I went so deep and dark into drugs and alcohol that I was completely numb to everything around me.
Wow.
And at 15 years old, started using needles.
So you just drop off the edge of the earth into the darkness yourself to try to numb out and cope with the whole situation.
And at that point, it was I'm still going to school. And that's part of it too. You leave school on Friday, normal kid, you come back Monday, a guy that tried to kill his own father.
Yes.
Your whole life changes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Your whole
Right.
life. And as it should.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming any people, but
Right.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Don't get near that guy.
Yeah. Everything changes. And so now even everything you associate with is darkness.
Yes.
It's the only thing that'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Now, I know we'll all sit here and talk about what it shouldn't be. I know that. But let's this is extreme.
Yeah.
The reality of things.
Yeah.
The only thing that will that is attracted to you, the only thing, and you are darkness itself too. So
Right.
but so then that happened. So now I am on my own path of
Self-destruction.
let's do it. And by the time I'm 17, was arrested and charged with 33 felonies at 17 years old. Breaking and entering auto, burglary, auto theft, blah, 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 right? Whatever. And I forget how many stuck, or 12 or this or that. Ended up doing 6 months on like a 2-year sentence because it was my first or whatever. But I've been to prison 3 times. Down the road, prison, jail, who knows?
Right.
Was on probation or parole forever. And from then until age 26, was out there and was really good at it.
Yeah.
And I don't say that from any other place than, it's everything that I knew.
Yeah,
my family owned drug houses. It was, right? So, and ended up, relationship with my dad was that relationship.
Yeah.
We worked together.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Partners in crime in some ways, right?
Oh, the first time I ever got arrested and went to jail, me and him shared a jail cell.
Oh.
Right here in Fayette County.
There you go.
See what I mean?
Right.
The amount of dysfunction, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just nuts.
Yeah.
So, but, and just imagine the life, just everything. And, was very acquainted with Atlanta and the scene up there and clubs and whatever else.
Yeah.
My first wife, got married. She was a dancer.
Yeah.
Not ballet.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I get the point.
Okay. So there was that life and, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. And now both my parents pass away.
Yeah.
My mother of cancer at age 56, and my father 6 months later, and he was dead for 2 weeks before they ever found his body. He drank himself or drugs or so, I don't know, right? And I'm out there. It's about 6 months after they've passed away. I have no family. I have no aunts, uncles, grandma. Yes, what do you mean you have to? Exactly, but it was a complete disowned of us. And I don't blame them. Come on, right? You don't want all that around anybody else.
Yeah.
So no family, no nothing. And I had just gotten out of jail. was living in, someone's drug house,
Right.
on a golf course with a Hummer in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And was sitting there and something told me to just leave.
Mm.
And so I did. Mm. And I didn't grab a bunch of drugs. I just got up and walked out. Mm-hmm. And I walked for like 2 or 3 days. Had at one point had what I've, the last hamburger. I have no money, nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And went up into the woods. Took my shoes off, laid them on a tree, laid my head on it, and I was saying I was committing suicide, but I had no intentions of ever getting back up.
That was it.
That was it. I just, there's no thoughts. Yeah, there's no thoughts of it. It's just, I'm good.
Yeah, done.
And ended up laying there for another 2 or 3 days, night, day, rain, sun. And I'm still here. And now I'm getting hungry. And so I put my shoes on. And I kind of come out of the woods into somebody's garden. So I started eating raw vegetables out of their garden. Thank y'all. Right?
Yeah, right. Don't mind me.
Yeah. And then got back out on the street and walked again. And then that night, I went and laid down in a field kind of off the street. I mean, not just kind of off the street.
So we're back to the field where you were.
Back to the field.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And laid down and was just on my back. And I've never been to, I've probably been to like church once or twice, or
right.
To grow up in the South in Georgia and say you'd never been to church, I don't know how that. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know church. I mean,
right. It's not your.
This is not. I don't know. I do know from all the people that I need Jesus because of all the people in my life up until that point that would come up and say, "You need Jesus." Right. I mean, I knew that.
Right.
I'd say, "Oh, you think?" But so I'm in this field. I'm looking up, and I said, it just came out of me.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, I don't know how this goes." I said, "But if you'll have me, I'll give everything to you. But you're going to have to lead me, because I got no idea what I'm doing.
Wow.
And I don't want to live like this anymore." And that was it. And he said, he came and got me.
He came and got you. Wow.
He has, since then, shown me his view of what he came and got.
Yeah.
He'll come get anything.
Wow.
I know what I look like. I know what I was. I know what all was in me. He still came.
He didn't hold back.
He didn't hold back at all. And just like that, it all stopped. All of it. Everything. Everything.
Wow.
All the voices. Everything trying to rip me apart. Everything trying to control me. Everything just stopped. And I said, and I'm on my back, right? And I saw a cloud. And it was beautiful. And I'm telling you, it's the first time I'd ever seen a cloud in my life. Wow. Now, what do you mean to Sure. Had my eyes crossed one? Sure. This is the first time I had ever seen a cloud in my life, and it was beautiful.
Praise the Lord.
And so it was in that. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
I've never been to an altar.
Right.
For salvation, obviously,
right.
into altars. Right. I've never been to an altar for salvation. Not putting it down. I love the altar. I love the church. I'm telling you.
Right.
But that just was not mine.
But this was your altar.
This was my altar. Me and him. And so then this happens. And so now I'm I go lay down kind of in the woods to go to sleep. And I sleep. I wake up the next morning. And, you're laying on the ground. You kind of get up. I'm like, not even really thinking about last. I guess you're kind of more of a peace, right?
Yeah.
You can hear wind. You can.
Yeah.
And so then, I laid back down, and then when I laid back down, immediately, ants started rushing up from the ground. So I lean up, I jump up, I'm banging them off of me, right? And I look at it, I'm like, man, that's the same spot I've been laying in all night. Is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Where did these things come from?
Yeah.
And then you start speaking.
Okay. Wow.
The relationship starts.
Yes.
And I start thinking.
Yes.
And which I know, please understand for me, this could be the first time I've ever started thinking clearly.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I went, wait a minute. Last night, that happened. I said, you need to lead me.
Yes.
I'm not supposed to lay down right here? That's exactly what happened.
Just keep it simple.
The relationship started.
Yeah.
Out loud, looking up. That's all I know to do. It worked last time.
Yeah.
Look up. So I'm not supposed to be laying here. He said, no. Was it audible or whatever? No. I heard it.
Right.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. No.
Right? I come out of the woods. I said, all right, I'm on. And I go walk down the street. Same streets I've been walking down, the first 3 and 2, 3 to 4 days, 5 days. People crossing to the other side of the street to get away from me.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which I would too.
Yeah.
Same place, same streets.
Yeah.
People start coming up to me.
Not running from you.
No. I had this person, the first time, and they kind of come up and they stopped and said, do you need help?
Okay.
I said, no, I'm all right. I mean.
But you're approachable.
Yeah. Then second, third, I don't know, third or fourth person grabs me by the arm.
Yeah.
And says, do you need help? What do you need?
Wow.
And I said, I don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So they start to ask me questions.
Yeah.
So through some question and answer, we've now realized, and I realize I'm homeless. And I have no money and I have no food.
Yeah. That's homeless.
That's homeless.
Yeah.
And I need somewhere to go. So end up with this list of like 4 numbers of homeless shelters in Atlanta. I'm in Riverdale, so I'm about an hour or so away, but ended up with these 4 numbers. And but I need a phone. I ain't got no cell phone.
Right.
So I'm just walking. I'm just gripping this piece of paper with these 4 numbers on it.
Yeah.
And I said, I kind of stop. And I said, what do I do? A relationship. I said, what do I do? Okay.
Yeah.
And he said, look over on that hill over there. I look. On the top of the hill, there's a fire station. He said, go in there. Ask them to use their phone.
Okay.
It's that simple.
Step by step.
I said, okay. I go in there. I go in the front door, and the receptionist or whoever at the front, or somebody at the front, and she said, can I help you? I said, yes, ma'am. I got it down now. I'm homeless.
Yeah.
And I have some numbers to a homeless shelter, and I need a phone to call and see if I can get one of them. And she said, you can use that phone right back there in the break room. And I said, thank you, ma'am. So I go back to the break room, grab the phone, start calling numbers. With homeless shelters, which I didn't know at this point, but you have male, you have female, you have family, you have female and children only. But and then there's certain times that you have to be there to check in, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was only one on that list of 4 that I had that would work out with all the parameters.
Okay.
And I asked them, I said, well, can somebody come get me? And they laughed and said, no, you'll have to get to us.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So I hang the phone up. And about that time, there's a man standing in the doorway of the break room. And he said, son? I said, yes, sir. He said, you need something? And I said, yes, sir, I do. I said, I need a ride to this homeless shelter in Atlanta. He said, all right. He said, I tell you what, just go out front, sit out there on that curb. I'll pull the truck around. I'll give you a ride.
Okay.
I said, okay. Yes, sir. So I do that. I go out there, I sit on the curb. He pulls the truck around, get in, and we head off. And the man says, you hungry? I said, yes, sir. So he goes to Church's Chicken.
All right.
And I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up, man.
Right. Church's
When
Chicken.
I look back on it. And we go, here's one of the things. There's so many moments, right? But this one that I have to hear and remember, and people hear this one. This man does not go through the drive-through. Remember how I look.
Right,
Remember what I smell like.
Yeah.
Right? He parks the truck. We go inside. We order food. And he sits down at a table with me.
Face to face. Eats a meal with you.
Eats a meal with me.
God came for you and he took you to Church's Chicken.
Yeah. That one will stick with me forever.
Right.
Maybe the first time, really, sitting down and just having a meal with somebody. And he had a conversation with me. That's love.
Yeah, exactly.
And it stuck.
Yes.
It has stuck.
Yeah.
So we get back in the truck. And he starts to, he now knows my name. We had a conversation, those kind of things. He said, Lewis, I don't know where you are spiritually, but I have something I have to share with you. Okay. He said, I am the fire chief of another fire station. And I'm on vacation right now. He said, I am no way, no how supposed to be at that fire station where you were today. Here's what I want you to know. Last night, a call came in, a complaint about one of my best guys.
Okay.
My very best guy. And the complaint was crazy, right? He said, so I called the lady and talked to her on the phone and said, well, hey, is there any way you'll talk to me in person before you file the complaint? She said, yes. Or she said, I want to talk to you in person. Either way.
Yeah.
He said, well, anywhere you want to meet, tell me where and the time. And she named that fire station and the time that you walked through the door. And she never showed up. He said, now I don't know what your belief is. He said, but I'm telling you, and you have to know, Jesus Christ put me there today for you, and I know it. And you need to know that. So things are starting to, right? I mean, I'm already getting it.
Yes.
I'm already getting it.
Pieces are coming together.
Pieces are coming together. I'm laying in a field, possessed, whatever you want to call it, completely dark, completely crazy. starving, gone. I say one little, and now here I am. I'm in a truck and headed to a homeless shelter.
Right.
But we get there. He drops me off. It's Atlanta Union Mission, which this is 20 plus years ago, right?
Right.
It's a different place now. It's nice. But anyway, it was nice then.
Yeah. Right.
It was a homeless shelter in Atlanta. And you go in, there's gates. You go in, there's this big yard where everybody waits to get let in.
Yeah.
And I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I go in and I sit down. And this guy comes by, and he comes by and he stops at me. He says, "Hey man, you want to eat? You want to eat?" And he keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
He was like right here. Now I look at the guy next to me. I said, "What did he say?" He said, "I got no idea. I don't know what he said." I said, "Okay." Well, he ends up coming back.
Okay.
He stands right in front of me. He says, "Hey man, you want to eat?"
Okay.
And I said, "Eat? Yeah, I want something to eat." He said, "Well, come on." He grabs just me out of this yard, 200 or 300 people out there. He says, "Come on." We go in this back door, hallway, into the cafeteria. He says, "Hey, go on, get you a plate and sit down and eat, and I'll be back in a minute." But there's 4 or 5 people in there. Everybody at separate tables kind of eating.
Yeah.
So I get my plate, sit down, I eat. He comes on back in a little bit. He said, "Y'all put up your trays and come on, follow me." So I follow him. We go up some stairs to the 3rd floor. He puts us in a room. There's like a conference table in there, right? And I go and sit with, closest to the window or whatever. And he said, "He'll be in here in a minute. Y'all just sit tight." Remember, at this point, I'm just
being led.
Right? Best way.
Yeah, right.
And a little bit, this guy comes in. He hands out these huge packet things, right, to everybody. And he says, "All right, this is Atlanta Union Mission, a 6-month treatment program."
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm asking a question.
Yeah.
And I said, "Excuse me, sir?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, What did you just say?"
Yeah.
He said, "This is Atlanta Union Mission. It's a 6-month live-in treatment program, free, provides food, clothing, housing." What are you talking about? I said, "I thought this was a homeless shelter." He said, "Well, it is, the 1st floor.
Right.
The top 2 floors are the detox unit for the first 30 days of the Atlanta Union Mission, and then after that, you get sent out to other places." He said, "What are you even talking about? What do you mean you don't know? How did you get in here?" Right?
Yeah.
And I said, "Man," I point out the window. I said, "I was sitting down there on that curb, and somebody asked me if I wanted something to eat. I said, yeah." I said, "Now I'm sitting here with you." He said, "Who sent you? Your parole, probation?" I said, "Nobody. I'm telling you. I promise you." That's how I got in here.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, who?" I said, "Well, I don't know. It's some guy. I'll point him out to you if I see him.
If I can find him."
Yeah. And he said, "Well," and he ended up being in the program. But
okay.
He said, "Well, you know what? We got an open spot. You want it?" And I said, he said, "Well, do you need treatment?" He said, "Let me ask you a couple questions." Yeah. He said, "Oh, yeah. You qualify."
Right. You didn't know what you qualified for.
Yeah. And he said, "Well, if you want to, yeah, we got a spot."
Yeah.
So, place to live.
Yeah.
Clothing, food, treatment. It's a Christian based. You go to church 3 times a day, after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner. "Pastor," I said, "Okay.
Yeah.
I got it." And got it going. So then I'm in treatment 6 months, no family, I got one friend. Him. That's it.
Yeah.
That's who I talk to. That's who I eat with. That's who I sleep with. That's who I work out with. It's everything.
Yes.
Everything.
He's everything.
For 6 months. Everything.
It's all you know.
It's all I know. It's all I know. Because I'm not into this other stuff now. This jawing going on over here.
Right.
That's not.
No.
I have seen. And he's talking.
Wow.
And he's talking. And we have a good time. And then went through. Then from there, ended up getting out of that. Getting out and getting a job and getting on my feet. And God has just been ever since. And found my second wife through somebody I'd known her before. The Lord gave me. It had been 3 years since I told her. He gave me a number, and I said, "What's that?" He said, "It's a number. Call it." And it was my wife.
So I'm gonna stop you there.
Yes, sir.
As I listen to this, Lewis, I say to myself, this is one of the most miraculous stories
Amen.
I've ever heard.
Praise Jesus. Right?
And I've heard a lot of different ones.
Yes, sir.
But I truly believe that this is the evidence of God delivering, rescuing you from total bondage and all of the, it's almost like I know you weren't possessed. You may have felt that way at times, but it's like the Gadarene demoniac. Nobody wants the guy. Everybody's afraid of him and what he's been through and all those things. And here comes Jesus, sets him free, and then he sends him to a place where he can go begin a new life. And I think that's what God did with you. And then the specialness is that immediately you're hearing his voice, you're connected, he's directing you, and then he's putting the pieces together so that you can overcome.
Amen.
And this is your story.
Yes.
And so I want you to tell the people where they can get your book.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then I also want to say we are going to have part 2. We're not going to leave Lewis hanging right here. So join us for both parts. You want to watch both of them, but I want you just to share where can they find your book and your complete story.
Yes. So the book is on Amazon. It's called Path to Prayer. And there's going to be a link to it in the description, so please check the description. And then there's also an Audible part of it, which I do encourage, and I like it. I think it's good. I've gotten feedback, but it's only 64 minutes, right, the Audible. And when we say book, this is just hey, here you go, right? Testimony of Christ, let it move in you, let Christ move in your life, and I will say it. And if we can here, I thank you, Pastor Philip, for the opportunity to be able to share Jesus and his power and what he can do. And what I can do is share what I know.
Yes.
And what I know in real life.
Yes.
To be true about him and the things that he's done and the things that I've seen. Since then, you'll read it in the book. I came down with a disease and 6-7 surgeries, died a couple of times, confined to a power chair, never to walk again. Jesus, a couple of months of that, said, "Get up." So
here we go. You're gonna have to come back for part 2 to get all of that. But I just want to thank you for coming today. You've become such a special friend to me, you and your wife and your family. It's just can't wait to spend time with you. It's
Amen.
Always good. And so we're going to come back and we're going to do part 2 here in just a minute. Generation 19. This is what it's about, highlighting how God has raised up, a new breed of brave believers for this generation.
Amen.
Thank you for watching. We'll continue in part 2.